Hello and welcome to another yard sale edition of AA Computers and Technology. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Dell Latitude D600 laptop computer. So I picked this Dell Latitude D600 up at a garage sale for $3, and along with this laptop I also bought a Dell Inspiron 600M, which is in much better condition, and I'm actually using it as a school laptop right now. This one unfortunately is in pretty rough condition, as you can probably see. I'll go over all the little nitty-gritty details in just a second, but this one is pretty beat up. Really, right now I'm just using it as a parts laptop. So let's go ahead and take a look around it. Up close you can see just how bad the laptop's condition really is. There's dents and scratches all over the front cover. The whole laptop looks like it's been dropped or something. The whole case is warped. On the back you can see that the hinges are coming apart. I can bend the plastic on these. The screen also looks like it's starting to come apart as well. You can see this hinge is also broken. There's scratches all along the back of the laptop. And then under here, I'm not even sure, it's actually not that bad, but right here it looks like, I'm not even sure what happened there. That's kind of scary. As we move to the front, you can see that the little hinge here, or not hinge, but the clip is missing, so the screen just flops around freely. And then as we open the laptop, ooh, I just heard the hinge crack back there. As we open the laptop, you can see that the wrist rest is really worn down. The paint's all off those. The trackpad looks like it's been used a lot, so have the buttons. The keyboard actually isn't that bad. And then the monitor, or the screen, doesn't even work, which I will go over in just a minute. So yeah, you can clearly see why I want to use this as a parts laptop. This thing's just falling apart. It wouldn't last a day in the field, so it's better to just part it out. But the laptop itself does actually work, and I will demonstrate that after I go over all the system specifications, and then we'll take some of the case apart and have a look at some of the goodies inside. And then after that, we will boot this thing up into Windows, and then I'm going to install Ubuntu 14.04 so I can just demo some stuff on this laptop. The screen does not work. I'm not sure what's wrong with that. I knew the screen wasn't going to work when I bought this thing because the guy who sold it to me told me that there was some kind of intermittent video issue. So, I mean, I really wasn't worried about that. I was just going to part it out anyway. But when I plugged it in and turned it on and then plugged it into an external monitor, I did get some video output, so the laptop does function. Pushing all of the dents and dings aside, let's go ahead and take a look at the case. The front panel of the laptop is actually pretty plain. There's no fancy designs or anything like that on it. You can see our Dell logo, and then on the top right corner you can see the indicator lights. On the back you can see all of our various interfaces. As we look to the left, we can see two USB 2.0 ports, S-Video, phone modem, Ethernet port, parallel port, VGA port, serial port, our power jack, and then the outtake vent for our CPU heatsink. On the left side of the computer you can see a PCMIA slot along with an infrared window, and then to the right of that there is a microphone and headphone jack. As we move over to the right of the computer, you can see that this laptop is equipped with a DVD/CD ROM drive. Under the laptop you can find the intake vent for the CPU heatsink. There is a port for the docking station. Under these panels you can find the RAM and the wireless card, and then to the left, bottom left, you can see our battery. This is a 11.1 volt, 4700 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. I actually tested both of the batteries in the laptops that I bought, and both of them are still good. They each lasted 2 hours and 30 minutes, so that's great. I promised you earlier that I would take off these panels and pull out the hard drive, and I'm not one to lie, so let's go ahead and do just that. Alright, so I took those panels off, and as you can see, we are looking at the RAM right now. I believe this is one stick of DDR266, I want to say. I'm going to annotate in what it actually is because I'm not 100% sure. I have to turn the computer on again to verify that. But I know this is 256 megabytes of RAM. And then there used to be another stick in here, but I cannibalized this laptop, took the RAM out, and put it in my other laptop. So I used to have 512 megabytes of RAM. I took one out. Now we're left with 256 megabytes. To the right, you can see there actually is no wireless card in this laptop. The hard drive that this laptop is using is actually still good because I tested it out. I turned it on and it booted up into, I believe, Windows 2000. This is a Hitachi TravelStar 40 gigabyte IDE hard drive rotating at 5,400 RPM. And Beth Wood, that's interesting. Not sure what that means, but I'll just take you around this. There's nothing much to it. It was in a caddy, so all I had to do was take one screw out and then pull it out. And then to put the hard drive back in, all I had to do was slide it in. I have it upside down right now. Alright, so that's back in, and I'm going to go ahead and put the two panels back on, put the battery back in, and then I'm going to pull out my installation of Ubuntu, and then we'll boot this computer up using a live CD. By the way, if anyone wants this Windows XP Professional code, it's all yours. Go ahead and take that because I am never going to use it. As you can see, I have everything set up now. The external monitor right here, and via VGA, it is hooked up to the laptop, which is to the right here. One interesting, not really interesting, but kind of funny drawback to this is in order to get any video output to come out of this, I have to hold the VGA connector so that the contacts make contact with the motherboard from the VGA connector, because as you can see, those solder joints are gone. Let me see if I can get a better demo. If you look, I can actually just move the VGA port around, so it's hanging on by a thread there. So either I'm gonna have to hold it the whole time or stick something under it or something of that nature. I'm gonna have to figure it out as I go along, but that's gonna be a pain. It's kind of funny, but not funny at the same time. Probably none of you are gonna find that funny. So enough of the rambling, let's get started. I'm gonna open this up. We'll boot up into the BIOS first so I can verify all the system specifications, and then I'm gonna throw in that Ubuntu CD or DVD, whatever it's on, and then we can roll. Alright, so hopefully this will come out alright, because I can't see the camera while I'm using the computer. But as far as that VGA issue went, I just stuck a piece of paper under it. So let's get into the BIOS. Whichever key I have to push is F2, delete, or escape. Oh, I got it. And there we go. We are in the BIOS right now. So for a processor, we have a Pentium M processor running at 1.6 gigahertz. Current CPU speed, you can see right there, our level 2 cache, we have 2 megabytes. System memory, as I said earlier, we have 256 megabytes of DDR266. I was right on that. Video controller, we have a ATI Radeon 9000 video memory. We have 32 megabytes of video memory. Panel type, unknown panel. I think it's talking about this monitor. Audio controller. The rest of it you can just read yourself. I really don't want to go down through it. I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and pull out that CD and boot up into Ubuntu. Alright, so the DVD is in the DVD drive right now, and I hope this DVD drive works because I haven't tested it yet. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and cross my fingers. Well, I hear it spinning up. Oh, and it appears to be working, which is great. Alright, so I'm going to go through all the setup menus, and of course, Oh man. Uh, you can bypass this. I forget how. Give me a sec. So if anyone's really curious, I'm going to show you guys how to work around that PAE error message that we got because of this Pentium M CPU, which doesn't support PAE. So we're going to boot back up into Ubuntu. And then when we see the little man pop up on the bottom of the screen, we're going to hit Tab. We're going to select a language. Then we're going to hit F6. And then we are going to hit Escape. And unfortunately, I can't see the whole screen. But if you go all the way to the end, which I'm assuming there's an end, and type in force PAE. So it's FORCE PAE. Enter. It should allow us to boot into the live environment. And I'm hoping this is going to work. Yep. See, we are now forcing the PAE, and it's going to use the Pentium M CPU, so we are going to be able to boot up Ubuntu off of the CD-ROM. So as you can see, Ubuntu finally booted to the desktop. That whole process took about 15 minutes, so we are finally here. And let's go ahead and see what this laptop can do, because I haven't really messed with this laptop that much. The reason why is because, I mean, this whole setup, it's such a pain to play with this little computer. I have to take out a monitor, grab all the cords, mess with the VGA connection, and everything else, so it's just a pain. I really haven't messed around with this laptop that much, so I know about as much as you guys do. So let's go ahead and see what it can do. As you can see, I completely gave up on Ubuntu and opted to use a lighter operating system. Now, I was going to use damn small Linux, but I could not find the CD. I have no idea where it went. So I went ahead and took out the Worry Puppy CD, and now we are using Worry Puppy Linux. So let's go ahead and test this computer out. Ubuntu, as I said earlier, was just way too slow. To recap, nothing was going to work because of the limited amount of RAM we have, but with Worry Puppy, we shouldn't have to worry about that. So let's open up a couple applications, shall we? Let's try a file manager. Wow, that's instantaneous, unlike Ubuntu, which took literally like 5 minutes. So that's great. What about our notepad application? Beautiful. No, I don't want to save. Ooh, let's draw. That sounds fun, right? Oh, I opened up 2. Oh, this is really fast. I actually like this. So, I don't know. How do you use this application? Is there like a paintbrush, like Microsoft Paint? Yeah, there we go. We can, you know, draw some lines on the paper. That's pretty smooth. I think Worry Puppy has some sort of games installed. I'm gonna check it out. So no, I don't want to save those changes, obviously. Let's try our built-in word processor. I think this is also a by word, I want to say. I don't know, let's just try typing something. So with Worry Puppy, this is actually a speedy little system. It's definitely usable. And with it installed on the hard drive, I bet it'd run even faster. Alright, do we have any games installed? I wonder. And look at that, Worry Puppy does come with some built-in games. There appears to be some sort of Rubik's Cube game. I'm going to open that up. Don't know what that is. I might have played this before, actually. I believe this should be 3D, if my mind serves me right. Okay, so space equals start pause, so let's start. Ooh, it is 3D. Look at that. That was just pretty neat. So the X marks which side I'm gonna move. I mean, I don't know if anyone could solve it like this. This is an absolute pain. But it's a nice little demo application. So escape, get out of that. I think there's another game. It's actually a space shooter, I want to say. So I'm gonna maximize this. Alright, that's as big as it gets. Alright, space key to start. How do you play this? And then we got that intermittent video issue again. Could care less. Oh. Oh man, this is hard. Wow. And the graphics are nice and smooth too. I mean, this is a pretty low demanding game. Don't get me wrong. But it's definitely playable. Alright, so you guys are probably getting bored. I'm going to exit out of this. And then we'll run some other applications. Okay, so I was actually able to mount a USB flash drive, and I have one video on it. This is actually, I think, my previous video, the review or overview of the Nobilis desktop computer. So let's go ahead and see if this computer will be able to play it back. I believe I recorded this in 180p. Let's maximize it to full screen. Wow, that's smooth. Look at that. Not bad. And as you can probably hear, the audio driver, or yes, the audio driver is working on this computer. And as you can hear, the audio device is working on this computer. And if you take a look at the bottom right corner, you can see there actually is a CPU usage meter. And while we're playing the video, I think we're probably using about 90% of the CPU's power right now. Alright, so I think that's going to be about it. Worry Puppy has a ton of helpful applications installed, and I wish I could view all of them, but that would just take way too long to demonstrate on this computer. You saw the graphical capabilities, you saw what the processor can do, you saw how well Worry Puppy runs on this computer. I mean, it's pretty impressive. It can play back HD video, not, 100% smooth, but it can play it back, and it's watchable. So I think I'm going to call it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just post a comment in the comments section. Please do not forget to like this video, and of course, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in my next video, and just for a heads up, for all of my subscribers out there, I am getting a ton of new computer parts, including a GTX 750 Ti graphics card. I'm also getting a FX 6300 AMD processor. So lots of neat videos coming up soon. Stay tuned, and I will see you in my next video.